to Country Music Minute. I'm your host, Samantha Johnson. Today we have a very special guest all the way from Sweden, Jamie Meyer. It's really cool because you were one of the first artists that I interviewed a year ago when I started the blog. And we spoke over the phone, we had an interview. I was actually sitting in my closet interviewing you. And now you are here in Nashville on Country Music Minute. It did. It started with a tweet. So tell us how you got involved in country music.
So we were going back to 2001, Chicago. Yeah. My first trip to the States, actually. And my friend I was staying at, his mom listened to country music. And I couldn't believe it. There was country music on the radio. There's not really commercial country music commercially on the radio in Sweden. So I just started listening to that and got into all kinds of artists. Kenny Chesney and, you know, a lot of those the country artists. So this is 2001. And I just kept on listening to it when I got back to Sweden, wondering, but why isn't it on a commercial radio in Sweden? Yeah. So that's how I found out about it. So it's thanks to Rob's mom in Wheaton, Illinois. I started listening to country music.
And now we have Jamie Meyer.
Now there's Jamie Meyer.
So tell us, you know, when we last spoke, you had opened up for Lady Antebellum. You saw a sign in Sweden. Mm-hmm. You called a number, and next thing we know, you're opening up for Lady Antebellum.
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you?
It was incredible. I tried to make the most out of it, and it was really like you said. I saw a poster in the streets, and I happened to see which agent that would brought him from the States to Sweden, and we sent the CD, really old school. I think it was even a handwritten letter. And,
people don't do that anymore.
They don't. And I just got somebody called me a couple of weeks later. I didn't hear anything, and there was no introduction or anything. It was just a voice saying, "I'm holding a CD in my hand," and I went on the other line. Then listen to it.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest conversation, and he turned out to be a great friend of mine and an agent over in.
So since then, you have made your way to Nashville. You've been playing at small venues here in town. You've played at the Bluebird Cafe. You have an upcoming show at the Listening Room. You know, that Lady A got you started. You know, you said that was kind of, what is it like playing at those small venues? You said you enjoy that the most. Why so? I
enjoyed Bluebird Cafe so much because it's quiet. People actually listen. They have to listen. Yeah. It's not playing in regular bars or like in Sweden or any bars. It's just loud. And
because you've played the Broadway scene too.
Yeah, I tried that a couple of times. Yeah, I did. And it's just it keeps you on your toes, I think, as an artist and as a writer at the same time, because you have to know what you're singing about, and it's got to be the lyrics and the music. If a pin drops, then people are going to hear that.
Yeah.
Same thing. If your voice cracks or if something's not right with the song or the lyrics, and that's a great test of water with your artistry and your songs, Bluebird. So I love that.
Since you've been here, you've written songs with hit songwriters, and you said you've also worked with new and upcoming songwriters. Mm-hmm. Do you have any tips for new artists getting started? I said, you told me earlier that you love working with new and upcoming songwriters.
Yeah. Well, I just think you need to just stop worry about who can I write with and who can I get into this door and that door. I think there's nothing bigger than chemistry in this world, I think, between two or more people in a room when you sit there. So try not just worry about a thing. Just find who you're going to have the best chemistry with.
What other plans do you have while you're here in Nashville?
Well, this trip, I'd like to make small goals anytime I'm in town. So this trip been leading up to the listening room show. I'm starting to work with a girl called Ashley Lewis, and which is so cool because she comes from the bluegrass world.
Yeah.
And she plays, she sings, writes, and play mandolin. She's a badass playing mandolin, and I come from the Swedish pop world. So when we meet and do music together, there's I don't even think it's a genre anymore. It's just it's I don't know. It's just out of the box kind of thing that we got going on. So we've been writing, and so I've been trying to for this trip, leading up to that show, which is cool because in the beginning when I came here, I sort of you jump in and try to catch like rounds, and you crash a few rounds that you can get yourself into, and now I have the opportunity to invite people that I want to play with.
Coming to Nashville, have you found it to be really hard being from Sweden and a country singer?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I think wherever you're from. I've been here. I've been here for I don't know, maybe 2 years or something like that. If you add it all up, and I've already heard it all from people in the industry. I've heard that it's a great thing that I'm from somewhere else, from Sweden, to bring this pop vibe into the picture. And then I've also heard that, it's going to be hard for you because you're not from here. So I already heard it all. You got to stop listening.
At some point, you got to do your own thing, right? Yeah. Well, you just released a new EP this past Valentine's Day. It's called Gone Crazy.
Gone Crazy, yeah.
Gone Crazy. Tell us a little bit about your EP. You're going to be touring in June and July in Sweden, and then you'll be back here to Nashville. Tell us a little bit about that.
That EP, I wanted to release an album or an EP that had all the songs that I've written. I've written a lot of songs in 2 or 3 years, but I made sure that I think almost besides one of the songs, it's all collaboration with Nashville writers. There are a few of the hit writers that I got to write with here, and also up and comings. So it's really a mix of all of us in a room together. So I do a lot of my the writing here, pre-production, and then I'll take it to Sweden, and I take it to my producer. So most of the pre-productions we've done here, and I produce it in Sweden with my producers. That's how it's been working for me so far, I guess.
Can't Stop Now.
We just can't stop.
Can't Stop Now is one of my favorite songs. Yes, it's good. I've been listening to it. It's in my head from earlier. Thank you to Jamie Meyer for sitting down to talk with us today. You guys can head over to his music page, which is jamiemeyer.net. He's also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you guys don't forget to subscribe to Country Music Minute below and tune back in each week to find more featured Friday artists.